Fortnite is a hugely successful phenomenon and likely one of the most popular games ever made.
This due in part to the insanely epic events and mysteries and stuff buried away in the game. Che and I have gathered up 10 of the scariest Fortnite events to share with you guys today. Number 10, Ice Storm. So this was the 5th in-game event in Fortnite and happened on January 19th, 2019. Basically, this sphere of ice appeared on the top of Polar Peak, and if you look close enough, you can see a spooky figure inside the sphere, the Ice King. If you look really close, you can see he's actually holding fragments of Kevin the Cube, a purple cube from previous events. A countdown started on every TV screen in the island, alerting people that a snowstorm would be coming. And when the countdown ended, the sphere cracked open and the Ice King began to unleash his power, summoning a giant version of himself and covering the entire map with snow. With that, ice zombies appeared all over the map. The whole ordeal sounds pretty spooky to me, not just the creepy Ice King, but also these ice zombies running around. Still, everybody loves killing zombies, so I'm sure this event was a huge hit. Players were given Ice Storm challenges to complete and rewarded with 500 XP as well as a weapon wrap and a new glider for completing all the challenges.
Coming at number 9, we have the end. Remember when Fortnite ended and the whole thing just turned off? The game that you love, the game that you put so much time into, the game that is still one of the biggest forms of media in the world. Yeah, that whole thing turned off before Chapter 2 was out. For those of you who don't remember, all of the events from Fortnite Chapter 1 accumulated into rockets flying through tears, a meteor smashing into the map, the bubble around the map shattering, causing a massive black hole to form in the middle of the world, and everyone and everything that ever was in Fortnite got sucked into it and was lost forever. It left viewers at home with a black screen, and the question, is Fortnite done forever? Are we never going to be able to ride the bus again and find out where we're dropping with our group of boys and get a victory royale? Is all the money that I threw into this game done? What was happening? It was literally one of the biggest gaming events of all time. Eventually there came leaks that Fortnite Chapter 2 was around the corner, but for a short period of time, everyone thought that the game might have been done forever, and that was kind of scary.
Number 8, The Device. This event, previously called Doomsday and codenamed Fritter, was a live event from Chapter 2 Season 2. This event was delayed twice and launched on June 15th. It included a modified version of spy games where players get to pick one of 2 teams and gather intel to level up and unlock new tech. There were these 5 hatches around the agency that just bubbled up and later opened up, releasing a column with an antenna on the top. After all 5 columns had been raised, the agency exploded and the Doomsday device rose up out of the remains. The device starts harvesting energy from the columns and starts pushing back the storm. The player is then sent into the office of John Jones, where we overhear him on the phone saying some stuff like, no, everything is not stable over here, and it's not just a storm. What does that mean? The storm stops for a moment and then disappears completely. Some butterflies flap around and the Doomsday device is pulled back down. Then the screen glitches out, taking us back to this office. When we return to the island, a wall of water has circled the agency and replaced the storm. Honestly, just the visual alone of this giant tsunami surrounding the island towering overhead is pretty scary looking.
Coming at number 7, we have Star Wars Live. Why would this one be scary? This is one of the coolest things that has ever happened in Fortnite, and it brought with it lightsabers, which were cool as hell. But it personally scared the hell out of me because I thought it might have led to spoilers. For those of you who don't know, there was a Fortnite event where you could watch the first few minutes of The Last Skywalker in Fortnite as a way to get people into the game and also give Star Wars fans a taste of the next movie. I mean, I couldn't have been the only one who thought that something that was key to the story was going to get leaked out. Also, I was worried that it was going to lead to a hack that maybe would have the whole movie drop early, and the movie that I had been waiting for years would have been ruined. But then I saw The Last Skywalker and it was pretty trash. So looking back, you could have spoiled the whole movie and it wouldn't have mattered at all.
Number 6, 1980 Fortnite. This one was kind of scary just because of the scale of the whole thing. Epic Games going up against Apple was not really something I expected to see. It was pretty simple. It just had the premiere of a short video with Apple declaring war against Fortnite in a movie theater when suddenly Bright Bomber, one of the Fortnite skins, bursts into the room and runs forward, throwing a hammer at the screen. This event was part of a whole scandal where basically Epic Games made it so that in-game purchases were now made directly within the app and not purchased from the App Store, effectively making it so that app hosts like Google Play Games or Apple Store would be cut out of any of those in-game profits. The company, notoriously known for crappy plastic chargers, was obviously not too happy about this and reacted by pulling Fortnite from the store completely. Fortnite responded with this short animated video, mocking Apple's original ad from 1984 made to sell Apple computers. It's just another in a long list of epic moves made by the Fortnite creators. Their marketing team is honestly genius and just continue to deliver.
At number 5, we have the Meteor event. Do you guys remember when there was a little dot up in the sky in the world of Fortnite and it slowly came closer and closer and closer and closer to the Earth and no one had any idea what it was going to be, and then it turned out to be a massive flaming rock in the sky that came crashing down to the Earth? That could have been an event like the end that could have destroyed the entire map, but it didn't. It crashed into Dusty Depot and then turned the whole thing into Dusty Divot, and then there's these cool crystals you could pick up that give you superpowers that made you jump around, and there's a whole event around that as well. That showed that the Fortnite events would drastically change the map and have a complete effect on the world. It made me very excited for what the future events would be and see how they would change the map and the characters.
Number 4, the Floating Island. The Floating Island was a location added to Battle Royale mode at the start of Season 6. The island is ripped up from the middle of Loot Lake by the cube, making the island float and then move around the entire island towards these runes placed on the ground by the cube in a previous event. The island has moves many times all over the map, seemingly moving every couple of days up until October 13th when it was near Fatal Fields. After the end event, what happened to the island is unknown, but it's rumored that it crashed somewhere near the pressure plant during the blackout event, and as the cube merged with the pressure plant, it created the new Steamy Stacks location. This one was pretty scary because I didn't really know where this island was going, or if people were going to use it to somehow get some kind of unfair advantage. Maybe I'll die if I go and visit it. It's just a great example of the kind of crazy stuff that goes on in Fortnite and keeps people coming back. There's always more to be discovered.
At number 3, we have the final showdown. I think this was my favorite Fortnite event. This one was pretty epic. There was a creature that had been growing in Polar Peak. Players saw a massive eye and it would seem that there was a kaiju type beast that was growing in there. And while this was all going down, there was something being built at Pressure Plant. If you had asked me what was going to happen at the end of this season, I would have not have guessed. But everything peaked when the monster known as was birthed out of the mountain, and it seemed like it would tear down the world of Fortnite by stomping around like a beast. But then a giant mech assembled to fight the monster. 2 of them squared off in the middle of the map, and this ended with the mech taking his sword and driving it through the monster's head. And then the mech does the floss to add insult to injury. But that battle was so cool for me. It was the first Fortnite event that made me realize that Fortnite was going to keep upping the ante with all their events. And of course, with all the stuff we've seen happen in Fortnite, they've kept up with that standard.
Number 2, the Devourer of Worlds. This event happened at the beginning of December, and it featured some Marvel favorites like Tony Stark, Wolverine, Thor, and of course, Galactus. Before the event began, every player in attendance was on Helicarrier 64, which floated above Apollo Island, playing some live music similar to Herald's Warning. Shortly after the timer hit 0, Galactus grew to an enormous size and floated closer to Apollo Island. He smashes the helicarrier with a giant fist, sending players flying into the air, but Iron Man shows up and gives the players a jetpack as they're falling. We then get sucked into space inside multiple battle buses in front of Galactus, and players have to shoot Gorgers and Gatherers from behind Galactus with battle bus cannons as they head towards Galactus, trying to make him consume as many battle buses as possible. Eventually, the players get closer and drive along Galactus' right arm with Thor and Wolverine's help. Eventually, players leave the buses and watch as Galactus is sent away using a rift. After this, the screen faded to black and the Season 5 countdown began.
Coming at the number 1 spot, we have playing as Thanos. I don't care what your opinion is on Fortnite. You can hate it all you want. You can talk trash about it. People love to hate this game. But when you could play as Thanos in Fortnite, right when Infinity War came out, that was one of the coolest things I have ever seen in video games. I'm not even a regular Fortnite player, and you better believe that I jumped in to try and get that gauntlet so I could jump around as Thanos. But why did I put this so high on this list? It was cool, not scary. Well, when you saw Thanos jump jumping towards you and you had your little tactical SMG blasting at the Mad Titan, yeah, I would be screaming into my headset trying to not get killed in an instant by this dude. You would think you were safe in a building and he would just come in and smash you and murder you in seconds.
It's terrifying. Oh God, what? Okay.
If it was just you and him in any situation, you would automatically poop your pants. You couldn't even control it. It would just slip out, like in this next clip.
Please, please.
Like that seems like a horror movie. You're stuck at the bottom of the stairs and then you hear the thumping of Thanos as he comes down to rip your head off. And if you're wondering, yeah, he dies at the end of the clip.
No, John, stop, John, stop.
Hey guys, thanks so much for watching. I'm Patty D.
And I'm Jade Arena.
We'll see you in the next video.
Bye guys.